February 1990. 14-year-old Regina and her boyfriend Ricky both agree to run away from their homes. Now they've always wanted to leave the suburbs of Pasadena and travel south, and today they can fulfill that dream. Now once they pack their bags, they walk towards Houston and stop near a busy road hoping to catch a ride. Now a nearby trucker notices the couple walking across the road and offers them a ride. The two happily accept and soon sit next to him. However, the couple didn't realize that the person behind the wheel was Robert Ben Rhoades, also known as the truck stop killer. Robert was born in 1945 in the city of Council Bluffs, Iowa. His father serves in the US military, but is deployed in Germany. Now throughout Robert's childhood, he grows up to be a normal kid who takes part in school activities, such as football and wrestling. Now later in 1964, he joins the Marine Corps, and it is at this moment where his father is released from the military for shamelessly touching a young girl. His father then takes his own life before the trial, which takes a huge toll on the young boy. Soon, in 1968, Robert is also discharged from the military after being caught in a robbery where he's forced to work multiple jobs. He finds many jobs at restaurants, stores, and warehouses, where he decides that he wants to become a truck driver, transporting products across the country. From the 1970s to the 1990s, he would drive across America, developing a habit of picking up hitchhikers he'd come across. Now the first recorded case of this occurring was with 28-year-old Douglas Yaskowski and his 24-year-old wife Patricia Walsh. The couple is thrilled since they recently got married, and they're in the middle of a trip from Seattle to Georgia, which is where Robert notices the couple and picks them up. Now since the couple is quite religious, they're planning to spend their honeymoon traveling across America while expanding the words of the Bible. However, Robert has other things in mind. The moment they step in the vehicle, he quickly shoots Douglas and disposes of his body on a Texas highway. He soon holds Patricia hostage for about a week, where he sexually and physically torments her and soon kills her and dumps her body in Utah. A month after the married couple's murder, Robert picks up 14-year-old Regina Walters and her 18-year-old boyfriend, Ricky Lee Jones. Like the prior killing, as soon as they enter the truck, Robert immediately kills Ricky and leaves his body in Mississippi. Regina, however, is kept alive and stays within the clutches of Robert. He then shaves off Regina's hair and forces her to perform various atrocious acts. These photographs shown of Regina uncover an intuitive part of the story, with the look on her face being evident that she's frightened and petrified for her life. As many weeks pass by, Regina is barbarically tormented with fishing hooks and multiple other objects, until one day, Robert strangles the girl to death with baling wire and dumps her body in an abandoned barn in Illinois. On the morning of April 1st, 1990, a state trooper of the Arizona Highway Patrol, Mike Miller, notices a truck with its hazards on, near the side of Interstate 10. Once he makes his way to the truck, he wants to examine it in order to help the trucker out. However, he was very surprised to find a woman stripped of her clothes who was identified as Kathleen Vine. Her hands were in cuffs and she was screaming her lungs out for help. Patrol officer quickly arrests the truck driver on scene, and authorities later request a search warrant in order to get inside Robert's house, where they find many disturbing things, such as various photos of Regina Walters being abused, along with photos of Patricia Walsh. Soon, in 1994, Robert is convicted of first-degree murder and is later sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole. Now, he was originally charged with the killings of a Christian couple, however their family dropped the charges in 2006. Later, detectives investigating the case were comparing Robert's truck logs with records of women who recently went missing. Now, it was most likely that he was answerable for the deaths of over 50 young girls. While being interrogated, he actually confesses to 0 of these killings, except for the one of Regina K. Walters and Ricky Lee Jones, in order to escape the death penalty. Even though we may never know how many lives he took, there's one thing we know for sure, and it's that Robert Ben Rhoades is being held in a maximum security prison in Chester, Illinois, where he'll be living out the rest of his days.